Good morning. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Just a moment. Oh. Foggy glasses. Good morning, everyone. How you going? It's Michelle House. I'm just putting on my... Yeah, this one. I know. This is by Perfect Potion. I've got a whole chakra kit, actually. And for some reason, I keep getting drawn to the throat chakra. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Michelle House here from Rich Living for High Vibes at 5:55. 5:55. 5:55. Alrighty. Let's get cracking. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. I love seeing you all join, and I particularly, it just gives me such a kick and such a high vibe that people can join from all over the world. How bloody amazing that we live in a time where that is possible, where I can see Janet joining me every single day from over in the UK, every single night for her, every single day here for us. I just love it. I just think we're so lucky that we live in this time where we can connect with so many people from all over the world at the click of a mouse. Now, a couple of things I want to just quickly say. I know you're probably not watching this now, but if you get to watch it at some point, Donna, please know that can we all just send some beautiful love hearts across the screen for Donna, who's going in for surgery this morning. High vibing you all over the place, lovey. We know that we'll be sending you lots of love and lots of healing energy as you go through your procedure today. And I think that we have a birthday. Did I see someone had a birthday? Was it Catherine? I think it was you, Catherine. Catherine, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I'll get a happy birthday message over to you in the Rich Living Room. If it's your birthday, you have to let me know. Let me know. Shout it from the rooftops. It's your day. It's your special day. Let's focus all of our love and high vibes onto you. Anyway, let's get started. Okay. Let me think. What I want to share with you today. What I want to talk to you about. What I want to share with you today is around the subject of, let me think of a word, creativity. Okay, so creativity. I interviewed Susan. I interviewed my friend, lucky me, Susan Pierce, last week, who is the co-author of a book called Be Less, Do More. Sorry, it's not called that. It's called Be More, Do Less. Be More, Do Less. And my conversations with her always inspire me around being in the present moment and tapping into creativity. And gosh, she shared some really interesting research with me about our insatiable needs to be fully occupied all the time. And by being fully occupied all the time, that we're actually not, getting quiet enough and allowing the space for the creativity to come through. You'll have to have a listen to the podcast, but I'm sure you all know the story about Isaac Newton and how he discovered the law of gravity, because he was sitting still and the apple fell from the tree because he was sitting still, not because he was writing a research paper about it, because he was sitting still and he was in the present moment and he saw that. Anyway, we can listen to the podcast about that, because what I want to talk about is you guys. What are you doing on a daily basis that gets you into that quiet space where there's no thought and no emotion, that it's just this space? And for me, that space is called knowing. So there's thoughts, and even when you're meditating, the thoughts come. It's not that you don't have thoughts. Just be clear about that. You're always going to have thoughts. It's having the thought come through, but letting it pass. Having it come through and letting it pass. Having the feeling or the emotion, letting it come through and then letting it pass. And then in between all of that is this knowingness. It's just like, I don't know, I guess it's just kind of a vastness of space. And for me, that's where my creativity lies. And I know for you, that's where your creativity lies too, by the way, because I see it in my kids. I spend a lot of time with my children, which I love. But they have this freedom to create because they're not in a structure. They are in some kind of a structure from time to time, but a lot of the time they're in a creation. They do their work And like, when I talk about creativity, I'm not saying sitting down and painting an art piece, or sitting down and drawing a drawing, or colouring in. That, of course, that could be something that starts to enhance your creativity, or bring your creative thoughts through. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when your kids say to you things like, I'm bored, and you have this urge to entertain them. Let's back away from that for a minute and go, oh, okay, and let them go be bored, because it's in the boredom that they create. You know, if my kids say, there's a great, I'll see if I can find it on Pinterest. There's a, what are they called when they letters down and the words across? So it's bored, and B is for book read, O is for organising something. So if you're bored, you've got to go through all of these steps first. And my kids go, well, I'm not doing any of that. I don't want to read a book. I don't want to fold the washing. I don't want that. And then they'll just go for a wander. And I've seen them. If you step back and observe your children, and if you don't have children, step back and observe other children, maybe in a park where they have the equipment, but they create a scenario. They create pirates, or they create cops and robbers. We used to do that when we were kids. We've stopped giving ourselves this space to create. So, you know, when you're not creating, what are you? You're stagnant, which is a pretty smelly place to be. I know that for me, I always want to be in a creative space. Yeah, I don't want to always be in it every single moment of every single day. I do want to bring creativity into my life and create stuff. Of course I do. You know, yesterday I was telling you the story about the, was I telling it on here? I hope I was telling it on here. Telling the story about how I baked the cookies yesterday morning. I know I wouldn't have told you, because it was after 5:55. So I was in, just kept going back into connection yesterday morning. And I want to give you this example because it was really clear what happened. And, you know, I finished here and I went, okay, what's required next? I know my timetable says go to the gym, because I can get all this stuff done by 8 o'clock, right? But I came here to the present moment after the 5:55, got present and went, okay, what's required next? Movement. And I went, okay, I'll go to the gym. Got to the gym and I got there and went, okay, what's required? Treadmill or weights or a class? What's required? And then I just went wherever I was guided. No thought, no feeling, just being guided, right? Came back and, you know, clock's ticking and I'm going, I came back and everybody was still in bed. Came back, clock's ticking, and I'm going, okay, what's required next? Make breakfast. So in that, not make breakfast, quick, grab everything out of the cupboard, quick, make the eggs, not that. Get present to that moment of creating breakfast. So I created breakfast, and everybody loved it. You know why everybody loves it? Because I don't throw it at them and slop it all together and shout at them and get ready. It's like, look what I made. Woo! And they get part of the creativity, right? So then that was made. I'm having my coffee, and then I went, okay, what's required next? My brain is then going, it's nearly 9 o'clock, and we really haven't got started on very much today, have we? Should we? And then the should start coming in, and then straight away back to the present moment. What's required next? And without, like, I didn't have time to have a thought or a feeling, was bake cookies, kind of like it's speeding along the highway. Bake cookies. And I went, okay, let's go bake some cookies. And so I'm baking the cookies, and Lockie comes over, and he's going, what are you doing? Can I help? So we start baking the cookies together. And I remember, I used to do that with my middle child, so Kate. Lockie's 8, Kate's 12. I used to bake all the time with Kate. All the time. Every second or third day we were baking. Lockie, probably maybe 10 times in his whole 8 years here on Earth. So I had this moment of, don't connect with him like I used to connect with Kate. What am I doing with my time? What happened there? Where's that disconnect? What's different? You know, 12 years ago when Kate was going through her stuff was a tough, not 12 years ago because she wasn't born, but we've had difficult times and hard times that whole time of her whole life. So what's different? And you know what? It's come back to me not being present. So there, Lockie and I are making cookies, and I said, okay, go get we need a measuring cup. We could only find one measuring cup. We could find the measuring glass juggy thing, but we could only find one measuring cup, which was a quarter. And then, without thinking, this is the gold that you're looking for. Without thinking, pops into my mind, Lockie's learning this kind of curious thing. Lockie's learning fractions at the moment. You could turn this into a homeschool lesson. So Lockie then has to measure 1 3/4 cups of flour with a quarter, and I said, okay, let's estimate. How much do you think that's going to be? So we turned the whole, even though it was a beautiful exercise of creativity and creating, and we created the cookies, and we had this beautiful moment together. We also got some maths done, and like people, 20 minutes. All of that happened in 20 minutes. So my point is, when we really come back to what's required of me next, and we can get our thoughts out and our emotions, thoughts to the side and our emotions to the side, and we can just come to this inner faith and this inner knowing and this inner trust and this instinct. My instinct was, who cares if we start at 9 o'clock? Seriously, Michelle, what are you going on about now? That was my instinct. In a flicker of a second, not even a second. So I really urge you to bring yourself back to the present moment. And we've talked about how you do that. It's tuning into one of your 5 senses. Put your hands on the desk. Okay, I can feel the desk. I can feel my feet on the floor. Where are you right now? What can you hear? What can you see? Bring yourself to the present moment. Listening to me talking today. Are you listening to the words coming out of my mouth? Or do my words get to here and then you start making them mean something on the way to your brain? That's not being present. Yeah? So that's what we're doing today. We're getting in touch with our creativity. We are bringing ourselves to the present moment. And in that creativity, by the way, in that 20 minutes of creativity yesterday, did I then go and create some magnificent, invention or theory or no. I didn't. Did I create a new program? No. Did I create any? No, I didn't create any. Nothing created from a financial point of view. But was my life rich? Yeah, hell yeah. My life was rich for that whole day. Did I need money to prove that it was rich? No. I felt it. All day long. I felt it all day long. That's what rich living's about. Money will come. Money always comes. We are always taken care of. We are always taken care of. Our job is to enjoy it while we're here. Alright? Mwah! Love you guys. Love you. I will see you tomorrow for some high vibes. I got some quick comments. Janet, being bored is what an awful lot of children lack at the moment, and you're talking of an thank you. I can't even say it. Acrostic poem. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it up in the it is. It's that boredom thing, and then we're sending them off and we'll go play iPad for 5 minutes. Why don't you just sit still for 5 minutes? And I've often been reading a book, and a child will one of my kids will just come and sit next to me, and I'll go, "What are you doing?" And I'll go, "Nothing." And I have this thing of, well, there's so many things that you could do. I don't say it, but that's where I naturally go straight away. I go, well, there's so many things they could do. They could tidy their room, they could pack away the dishes, they could whatever. They just want to be. They just want to be. They just want to hang out. We can do that from time to time. We really can. Melinda, I love to listen to my kids when they are bored. The stories they make are incredible. Yes. Do some storytelling. Claire, as always, so relevant. Yay! This has come up lots with me over the last 2 days. Oh! There's that kick in the butt for you. Marie, you are welcome. You're welcome. Nice to see you. All right, my loves, I will see you tomorrow for live. What will I see you for? High Vibes at 5:55. Bye.